After Kanye West's bizarre Super Bowl commercial promoting his clothing website Yeezy.com, the front page of the website now sells one single shirt. This, a t-shirt with a swastika. And yes, this is real.
There it is. We thought we got out of a very challenging month, the first of this year, 2025. And then February brings somehow things even worse. There we have it, yet again. Kanye West, a deranged, sick, starved for attention, former artist who's grasping at every straw possible to try to remain relevant, and doing so at the expense of an entire people, doing so while not just willingly, but overtly and aggressively creating, stoking, flaming anti-Semitism, not in small ways, in the most egregious, painful ways possible.
Kanye West started off this week posing next to his wife at the Grammys, who was, at that point, effectively naked. And then it got weird after that. He capped it off by publicly embracing Hitler. It's been a lot. So he went on a Twitter tirade posting, "I'm a Nazi," in all caps. If it wasn't in all caps, I wouldn't know how serious he was. He says, "I love Hitler, now what?" Okay, now what? I also am wondering, now what? Jesus. Call me Yadolf Hitler, and your blank still wants to blank. Hitler was so fresh.
He, just in the last week, after humiliating his girlfriend or wife or hostage, however you want to refer to her, and making her walk naked on the red carpet. And every media outlet just took the bait and covered it, even though he should have been canceled, even though the Grammys should never have let him on that red carpet. The general public can't get on that red carpet. You have to be allowed onto it. And then he takes himself getting in the news for 1 second and yet again does what he's been doing for years now, calling himself a Nazi, saying he loves Hitler, saying he doesn't trust Jewish people, normalizing hatred, age-old hatred based on insane, incorrect libels and stereotypes, because he can't make good music anymore. And then he takes out a Super Bowl ad and is somehow allowed in the days following that in 3 major markets around the country. How that was allowed is unconscionable, and Fox TV should be ashamed, and the NFL should be ashamed, and the Grammys should be ashamed. And then he puts an ad telling people to go to his website, which just hours after the Super Bowl, he switches to selling only one item, literally a Nazi t-shirt with a swastika on it. When normally he sells things for hundreds of dollars, his original horrible looking clothing, this is just $20, so he could make Nazism accessible to the general public. Isn't that sweet of him? And not only from this moment forward, finally this time I pray, should Kanye be canceled from ever being interviewed again, from ever being covered when he pulls publicity stunts again. Not only must we demand that the NFL and Fox TV ban him for life, the Grammys ban him for life, Shopify, the website selling his t-shirt, take it down, ban him for life. Not only should all of them apologize and ban this absolute monster for life, but God forbid if the media ever gets weak and allows him on again or covers his next publicity stunt again, then what we all as a society need to do, and we need to do this time very urgently, is call him out fiercely, unabashedly, bravely, right now. And anytime, God forbid, he or anyone in the future tries to normalize Nazism, tries to normalize anti-Semitism, I make this video with great sadness and disappointment, honestly, in most of you watching this video. Because how dare you allow that? You stand up for every marginalized group, but not your Jewish friends? That's okay with you? If any other group on earth had a major celebrity come out and just directly call for hatred against them and try to stoke the hate groups that have historically terrorized and annihilated that group of people, you would stand up against it. So why are you not now? I make this video with real extreme disappointment and sadness, but a little, tiny little bit of hope left, that maybe you realize that it's not scary to say something, it's not hard to say something, it's not revolutionary to stand up against Nazis, that this is about as easy of a chance as you will ever get to take the correct moral stand, to be on the right side of history, to not be one of the people that normalize anti-Semitism rising again in this world because you didn't want to mess up your algorithm, because you didn't want to alienate people. Who are you going to be alienating? White supremacists? You worried about that? I think you'll be okay without them in your fan base, in your follower base, in your friend circle. It doesn't get a lot easier than disavowing Nazis. And he straight up tweeted, "I am a Nazi. All the research you need is done. Evidence is gathered. Case is closed. Speak out. Post something. Say something. We need you to. And your own morality needs you to. And your own ability to look yourself in the mirror without shame needs you to. I'm Ben Gleib for Rebel HQ. You can follow me at Ben Gleib on Instagram or subscribe to my podcast Last Week on Earth, which it often feels like it is these days.